Hello everyone, Rare Model Reviews here, and I am back and feeling a lot better. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and tackle another couple of packages I got in the mail. Actually about last week, but I didn't feel well enough to do them last week. I didn't want to push myself, but I am today. So here goes nothing. So, starting out, I'm going to go ahead and say these are both from P Bandai, and we of course have one of these nice little package inserts here advertising what they have on sale now on their website, and that is going to be one of the Anime Tamashii Nations figures for the Blue Destiny Unit 2 here. So this one's actually kind of interesting. I don't know much about the Blue Destinies, much besides the exam system they all have, but I noticed that these things look a lot like the Gundam ground type, so it's very interesting that these things appear to be some sort of modified Gundam ground types that are left over, as well as the fact that these shields look very reminiscent of the Gundam Mark II, so I think it's kind of interesting that it's kind of a transition into, the design of Gundam Mark II, as I'm pretty sure these were like early Titans mobile suits. Again, I'm not 100% sure the information on the Blue Destiny. Is just a little bit of information I know here and there that I remembered from the ages ago I looked into them. And of course, we just have this little generic advertisement for the P Bandai website. I say that because a lot of these suits aren't even available online to buy anymore, including the Stormbringer, which I was very tempted to get, but it's not there anymore. So, moving on, we're going to go from, well, geez, actually, I just kind of spoiled what one of these is. So, I guess we're going to be looking at this one first, huh? So, starting off strong here, we have the Masquerade 1-100 expansion part set for the Mobile Suit Gundam Wing Endless Waltz series, the Glory of Losers version. Bit of a mouthful, but basically what this is as the name says, it's an expansion set for the Endless Waltz kits, that being the Death Scythe Hell, the Tall Geese 2, and I can't tell what this is. I think it's the I believe that's a Shenlong. Yes, that's a Shenlong. I thought that was the Gundam Wing for a second, but yes, that's for the Shenlong. Now, unfortunately, I do not have any of these kits. I originally was going to get at least the Tall Geese 2 and the I said the Shenlong. I think that's the Shenlong. The Ultron. I'm sorry, the Ultron. I was originally going to get the Tall Geese 2 and Ultron, but when I got the what's that thing called again? Geez, I'm bad today. The new Gundam heavy weapon set. I noticed that that thing appeared to have had the double fin funnel set included into it, and I had got the double fin funnel expansion pack along with these two. So instead of me having an extra kit that I didn't need, I went ahead and canceled the order. I wanted to reorder these things, but unfortunately the Shenlong was sold out. Apparently I got like the last one and it didn't restock it or whatever. So I then kind of said, you know what? I already have the Tall Geese 3. I could probably make that set work with this thing anyway, since, it's a P Bandai kit. Obviously reuses parts from the original Tall Geese 1. So eventually when the Tall Geese 2 and the Ultron comes back on sale, which they're on sale at the time, or at least the Ultron, I'll go ahead and pick them back up. Same for the Death Scythe. So for now, I got it because I don't know when this thing will come back and sell. As you can see here, this is 2021, so this thing is relatively new, only a few years old. So as you can see what it comes inside here on the side, and this is actually very rare. Usually they don't have any unique side of box things, but they kind of usually do for the expansion set stuff. So it comes with a couple of I forget what you would call these, buster, I don't want to say shields, but buster shot lancer type things for the Death Scythe, as well as an additional scythe mechanism type thing for it, because as you know, the original Death Scythe Hell had a twin beam scythe, whereas the Endless Waltz version did not. So that's kind of what this expansion set does. It kind of brings back a lot of the cool weapons that were omitted from the Endless Waltz version. Tall Geese 2 just kind of has a unique sword, really. Then the coolest thing about the Ultron is it comes with that cool twin beam tail that again was omitted from it, as well as some wings. I'm not sure what this is. I think it's just a different backpack to put the tail on. So I don't care much for the wings. That I really cared about. I really like that it has those that tail beam cannon, because that's the coolest thing about the Ultron for me. And I was very upset that they got rid of that. And then this Waltz. And of course, the Buster Shield. I love that from the Death Scythe, so it was cool. Again, they brought it back in some capacity for the Death Scythe. Except the fact that the Buster, again, that's why I didn't call them Buster Shields or Buster Binders or whatever, or Lancers. Those are going to be on the sidearm. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this for a second because this is the part where things get a little loud. So, first of all, this is a Verka kit, P-Bandai or not. And you know what Verka kits always come with? Lots and lots of decals. So, they're, of course, going to be separated by each respective, for each respective suit, I'm sorry. Next up here, we have some stickers, not many. So, this looks like it's more so going to be for the Depth Scythe Hells expansion set. So, moving on to the next runner here. This looks like it's going to be on the Ultron. That appears to be the parts for the wings there. I have another sheet here that strangely looks like an amalgamation of both the Ultron and the Death Scythe Hell. That's definitely a twin beam scythe effect part. It looks amazing, by the way. So this is going to be, again, for the Tallgeese too, and another one for the Ultron looks like, as well as the Source. So the part separation thing is a little strange, but nonetheless, that is it for the runners here. So as you can see, this is going to be a very quick build. All right, so getting on into the manual here, of course, everything here is both in English and Japanese, as this is a bit of a newer release. So this is mostly just explaining you how to cut out the decals and what these decals are for. I'm sorry. So again, these are all Verka kits, so they have to give it the Verka treatment and give it probably way too many decals than are necessary. And this, of course, will just explain to you the proper way to position his tail and whatnot. As again, you want to have this thing over his head when it fires. To also explain to you that you can go ahead and put its twin beam staff onto its wings here as well, which is actually pretty cool. But of course, explain to you how to attach the new twin beam scythe effects to the Death Scythe's here scythe. So it's actually very interesting the way they have it. It's not set up the way the originals was. It's instead like this one on a normal position, one at the top. So that's a very interesting way to decide to do it. And of course, you have the Buster Binders, or whatever you want to call those things. And how you set them up on the sides here. It looks like you would get rid of the original side armor to do so. And of course, you just swing those out there. And I believe it's supposed to come in a beam effect part. Maybe not. I'd be a little disappointed if it doesn't, but I'll see if maybe there's some sort of beam attachment I could do something with that for. And then I believe we're not going into the Ultron. Looks like something to do with the shield here. Oh no, this is the Tallgeese, I'm sorry. They both have those circular shields. So actually the Shenlong had the shield, not the Ultron. So we're going into this sword here now. They're doing something with this shield, I'm not sure what. But it looks like it also has a unique attachment to put it onto one of the booster pods as well. So as I said before, this thing is going to be a pretty quick build by the looks of it. So sooner rather than later, I'm definitely going to have to not only knock this out, but also start getting into some of my Endless Waltz stuff. I'm starting to definitely get a big pile of those. I think it's about time we square away that side of my collection. So that is it for this thing, and on to the next one. So I'll move on to what is next in my unboxing here. And of course, I did want to get something that I could completely not do anything with. So here we have it. We have the Master Grade Verka Shenlong with the Liao unit. So this is basically a P-Bandai version of the Shenlong here that comes with this extra little weapons pack, similar to, again, like I mentioned before, the new Gundam with the heavy weapon set. So this came out 2019. That's what, about 5 years ago. So this is relatively new. And again, this comes with the Endless Waltz version of the Shenlong, as well as a little extra weapons accessory set here as well. Sorry about the bit of noise there, but getting this baby open. once more have a nice little Vercob, a million billion decals here, and excellent color separation here as well. Very lustrous looking red, white, and yellow there on that first A plate. Moving on along here, we have pretty nice dark gray hair for the inner frame, so looking very good here. I love the use of color here, and an amazing beam effect here. It looks just as good as that Depth Scythe Hells beam effect here we are looking at just a bit ago. Again, more of that gunmetal-ish looking colors. And there are quite a few runners in this thing, but they're all pretty small here. Oops. And there's a little wire there. That's going to be for the Dragon Fang effects. Pretty sure. Nice, vibrant blue here. And like I said, there's a lot of runners here, but this is a pretty small kit. So even though it's going to be a lot of little small parts, I still think you'll be able to build this thing relatively fast for a master grade. So this part here looks like it's going to be for the Liao unit here. So it's only about 1 or 2 runners for that. So I imagine you'll be able to build the Liao unit itself pretty fast. I mean, it's just a couple accessories, so that should be a surprise. I guess I'll go with the accessory pack for the Liao unit first, since it's shorter. So again, newer kit. That means it comes with English instructions, just a simple how to put on a decal and where to put them on this thing here. Most of these, of course, are going to be more so for the Liao unit, so there shouldn't be any or many extra decals that go around the actual suit itself, or rather kit. Just a little parts manifest telling you what runners comes with the Liao unit here, and of course the color guide for if you want to recolor this thing in a different color scheme. So simple instructions for this thing. Won't take you too long to build this at all. Just an additional probably 20 minutes, honestly, how quick this is. And it also comes with a nice little stand there. So if I'm not mistaken, this thing comes with a unique shield for it as well. I want to say the shield one comes with a shield, so I wonder if you'll be able to have 2 different shields that you'll be able to play around with, but we'll see. Unless it's telling you not to build the original shield and build this one instead. Okay, we'll see. So moving on to the Shenlong itself. Again, this is a Verkai kit. So of course it's going to get the Verkai treatment with this nice little menu. So of course we have inside here showing off the history of the Gundam Wing kits here, showing you the Kunio Kawara original versions of it, and then compared to the Hajime Katoki versions of these things. And of course we have the story of it as well, going from the Gundam Wing to the endless waltz here with its pilot Wu Fei Ching, and his relevance to story, what have you. Just simple play-by-play on what you're building with this thing and when and what have you. Nice little parts guide here. And again, this thing has a lot of small pieces, but it's a pretty small box because of course this is a small mobile suit. So overall, although this is like a Vercon kit, at least I think this is, it looks like one, but I don't think I see any Vercon lettering anywhere. I don't know if this is one of those weird, rare things where it's a Vercon design, but it wasn't released as a Vercon kit. It's been a while since these things came out, so I'm not 100% sure on everything, but it does have some stylization of the Vercon kits. I believe the Sandrock was the last one they made, so that's why you don't see him in this little post here. But one thing I can definitely say I liked about these versions of the Gundams from Gundam Week is that these ones, oh boy, sorry, my throat's a little dry. These versions were made after the Gundam Wing Endless Waltz movie. So this was Katoki taking the feedback from the fans that, hey, you took away all the cool weapons, you know, trending down. So these things are literally just a redesign of the original Gundams. So they still have all the weapons, Dragon Fangs there, the shield, the trident, nothing else omitted. And then, of course, now you have the expansion set you see me look at earlier, which adds a lot of that stuff back. So there's nothing missing from these guys. And that is going to be it. Just a simple color guide here telling you how things will look painted and lined and what have you. And again, I can't stress enough how tipped that I am to just pull out that Gundam Wing box set out and get these things to the top of my list, because every time I get another Gundam Wing kit to my collection, just makes me more and more want to go ahead and build these things. They look so good. And again, I'm an American. Our first interaction with Gundam was Gundam Wing, so for at least a lot of us. So it's kind of hard for me not to have a soft spot for these things, just get all nostalgic and want to, you know, express that fanhood with myself and you guys by get this thing all done. So last but not least, we of course have the signature box in a box, and you can already tell from the box in the box here, Android 20 SH Figuarts. So you already know what this is. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that to the side here, pop this baby open, and see what exactly Android 20 has in store for us. And here he is. So first and foremost, I'm still a little sore from his predecessor here, Android 19, as that thing had the notorious issue of the heads not being able to be interchanged with the body. So I'm praying and crossing my fingers here that this guy does not have those issues, as again, that left a very bad taste in my mouth. It made me want to hold off, won't even get any more of these things. However, the last kit from this line that I did get did make me feel a bit more hopeful for the line here. That, of course, being a Metal Cooler. And I can confirm that they have about 5 new releases on their website, those of which you can actually order and have them shipped to you, you know, post-haste, as opposed to the pre-order type deal they usually have. So I'm very tempted to go ahead and get those, especially seeing as I'm supposed to have a nice little check coming my way from some government benefits type thing. I don't want to go into details on that. So I have a little bit of spending money, you know, and I would like to go ahead and spend some of that on this line, especially as I can say there's at least one there that I'm very tempted to get, and I've been eyeballing for some time now. So I'm of course going to finish this unboxing, look at this guy, and maybe that'll persuade me on whether I need more figure arts in my life or not. But moving on, as you can see here, this guy is a bit skinnier than 19 is, so he should be a bit more posable as well, despite the fact he's an old man. He has a lot of the same gimmicks that 19 has, such as the little suction bits on his hands, the hat being able to remove or replace with a little brain pod. Also appears to have a little remote for where he activated the other androids. Of course, I have him posed next to 19 there as well, because they go together very well. And again, me being a Dragon Ball Z fan, you know, Dragon Ball Z and Gundam kind of went hand in hand. Those were the top animes as a kid. This is all very nostalgic, as I'm sure we all remember how awesome the Android saga was in Dragon Ball Z. So as per standards with the SH Figuarts line, I do not pop open the actual box itself, because that kind of intervenes with the review a bit more, as basically everything I'm going to show inside the box are the accessories, which are laid out on the extra review. So I'm instead going to skip ahead, just open the sides of the box so you can kind of see a bit of the instructions on, you know, how you switch out the face and what have you here. And it also appears to come with an optional Son Goku face here. This is him sweating, because this is around the time Goku caught that virus. I always forget whether that virus is from them absorbing his energy or whatever, or he just kind of happened to have got a virus. I think it's a heart virus or disease or something. But anywho, you of course have multiple optional hands. I believe these are the ones that are going to be on it itself, and then these are the interchangeable ones. Yeah, it says it hand parts on body. I believe this is one where he's supposed to be grabbing someone. That someone, I believe, is going to be Yamcha. As I'm going to spoil it now, because if you look into this thing, you know there's going to be a Yamcha that is coming out soon, which I may or may not have gotten. Actually, no, I think this is for the controller here it's showing. It looks a similar one. Yeah. Then, of course, you have the bits here, because you can have him with his arms removed. I don't know who ripped his arms off. I know Vegeta ripped off 19s. I forget who ripped off 20s. But that is going to be about it here for this guy. So I am now going to go ahead and bring the other two of my kits here, and we're going to close out this unboxing. So of course, me and my little weird flex from before aside, you guys can see I have been kind of bogging down on a bit of these orders lately, so usually these are between 1 to 3 kits slash figures tops I unbox in these videos. But I can't say I do have one more big one coming soon. You guys could probably guess what that big order is going to be from. So look forward to that in the coming months. But besides that, I still do have some pretty nice unboxings that you guys are definitely going to want to stay tuned for. One that should be coming within a week or two that I cannot wait. I will spoil and say it's one of my holy grails, so stay tuned for that. And then this is usually the part where I tell you guys to tell me which one you'd like to see me review the most, but I'm going to go ahead and spoil it. He is going to be one of the next ones I review. I say one of the next because there are 2 more things I have ahead of this guy I want to review. One was a kit. I already said I was going to review if you looked at one of my last videos. Actually 3. Another one, which is another figure I unboxed before this, and then the other one was a kit I actually built during my my sick time here. I actually managed to get enough energy to build something, and I'm actually working on one more thing. I actually have to finish. Hopefully I can get that finished between today and tomorrow, because that's another one I really want to build and review. So again, you'll probably see a review of this guy within the next 2 to 3 weeks. I might end up having to build this guy sooner rather than later. I'm not sure, because we do have that thing that's coming next week or so. I'm probably going to build that one. But like I said, this thing's going to be coming soon when I do build it, because this guy is going to be on top of my list, like I said right now. And I'm going to end up banging this thing out sooner rather than later, because again, this thing is... I wish I could stress how light this box is. I mean, you already seen how few runners are in it, but this is nothing. That's a day's work. But this is going on longer than it needs to, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. And if you haven't checked out my channel or any of my other reviews, know that there are always more coming. I like to post at least 1 video a week, 2 tops. Usually 1 video, 1 unboxing. And this channel is only going to keep getting bigger and better here as again, the more support I get, the more I can put into things such as the camera and lighting and whatnot. So again, we get this thing more professional and just overall have a better channel where I can show you guys some of the kits that not everybody is interested in getting. And when I say kits, I also mean figures as well, because I don't know too many other people who review these figure arts here. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.